When I looked at my website files, everything was normal. Nothing was out of place, and nobody had even logged in to change anything. I checked my Damien. I checked the domain's namesake servers, the thing that routes a domain where it's supposed to go, and nothing was out of the sort. Still, there was this bloated, tongue-wagging face looking back at me with its empty eye sockets. Then I don't know how I missed it in the first place. Looking closely, the picture wasn't the picture of the face wasn't really pixelated. It was made of tiny letters, HTML code colors, each letter specific in the image. Over and over again, the word that made up the image was right in front of me. Funnymouth, 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 in a great cluster of nonsense. I felt like spitting at the screen. I unblocked his email address and said it about writing an incredibly profane and threatening letter. I didn't really care if I got the site back at this point. I just wanted to get everything off my chest so I could feel like I was in control of the situation again. Before I could finish the letter, I got a weird, creepy feeling again. That no, it couldn't be. Feeling where you know you're being absurd, but at the same time you know you're right. I stopped hacking out my death threats and checked the inbox. From Funnymouth at blood.com, Saturday, November 7th, 2012 at 7 p.m. To Charlie Watts. I see your handsome face. From Funnymouth at blood.com, Saturday, November 7, 2012 at 7 p.m. To Charlie Watts. Hello, buddy. From Funnymouth at blood.com to Charlie Watts. Come on. Funnymouth at blood.com to Charlie Watts. Hello. Funnymouth at blood.com to Charlie Watts. Hello, hello, hello. Funnymouth at blood.com to Charlie Watts. I don't want to not. I don't think about it. Please, though. I see your handsome face. Not only was I feeling correct, the feeling that he was already emailing me the minute I unblocked him, but seemed he had steadily been emailing me nonstop since I blocked him. 10 more letters arrived within the time span it took me to reply. From, effing stop. Charlie Watts to Funnymouth. Effing stop. I was getting a stress headache. My heart was pounding, not from fear, but rage. It was probably the most infuriating person on the internet. And that's a lot. Thankfully, the string of letters did indeed stop. I tried to calm myself down, breathing deeply, but I didn't seem to take. I was still incredibly slowly, methodically. I sent him another note. Charlie Watts to Funnymouth at blood.com. Hi, I don't understand why you are saying. I don't understand what you're saying. I do not understand what you want. I think there may be a language barrier. Is this your first language? I think you have done something to my website, and I would like you to undo it. If you are mad at me, I did not intend this to happen. You may have misunderstood what I said or what I meant. Please change my website back, and let's both go our separate ways. Thank you, CW. I waited. I thought about I conquer my anger. I thought about how I'd conquer my anger, and that this measured response was really the best way to go about it. This fellow would understand what I meant. He realized the mistake he made. I calmed down. Everything was going to be okay. Then, funnymouth@blood.com to Charlie Watts. Staring face. I hit the roof. I hit the roof and went clear through it. I smacked the monitor with my palm, knocked it over clear over the desk. That me off even more as I drove my fist into the keyboard until the keys flew free. I screamed out in a mixture of frustration and with myself and rage over the situation and stormed out of the room, knocking down everything and everything and anything and everything I could get my hands on. For as long as I could manage, the energy I laid waste to in my own, I would have started a fire and burned the place down if I had a lighter in my hand. That night I stared at the ceiling for what felt like an eternity before sleep came. Waiting for sleep, I knew I was going to have a nightmare. I just knew it. That was how my luck was going. Imagine how surprised I was, even in sleep, when instead of a horror setting, it was somewhat safe. In the woods. I laid in the grass again. I felt relaxation. Felt the relaxation. I knew my subconscious knew that everything would be okay. No matter what setbacks life threw at me. The world would go on. Nothing was permanent. Everything was in translation. Nobody could really get to me. I felt the squirming against my neck. Nope, no dice. Nothing could spoil this right now. I ignored the worm. It would go away. I felt squirming move to my mouth. Now I couldn't will myself away. Every other time I'd been able to decide to wake up, but it seemed like the opportunity had now passed. Then it wasn't a worm. It was a finger, and then another, and then until 4 slimy, squiggling digits were locked around my teeth, clenching my jaw lower. It didn't hurt when it happened. It was just sort of a more pressure than pain. It was quick, and before I even knew it was over. Then I managed to force myself away. I sat and got to my feet in complete darkness, feeling my way around the walls. I made my way into the bathroom. There I finally flicked the light switch. I stood before the mirror, rubbing my eyes at the harsh light blinded me. I stared in the mirror for a few minutes on end with no reaction, no feelings, no thoughts. Then I smiled. I smiled as best as I could now that my jaw was completely broken, hanging loose around the neck. My tongue lolled out listfully like a paralyzed gooey slug. My teeth weren't rooted in anything but threads of flesh, and I could pull them out with my hand with about the same discomfort as a needle prick. I laughed at halting sound coming out of gurgling in the back of the sewer drain. What a handsome face! What a funny mouth! Funny mouth! A funny mouth, funny mouth, funny mouth! Lemon Lime Skull has joined #reference sales. Lemon Lime Skull, I see your handsome face. Don't be so sad about it. Smiley face. Hey, where are you? Hello, Charles? George. Look. George goes, hey, where are you? Hello, Charles. ... Lemon Lime Skull. Staring face. Lemon Lime Skull has left. #reference sales. Funny mouth. Funny mouth. Funny mouth. Ah.